Hi F2Ps, it's Goodfellow here at f2p.com, and today we are checking out Stormfall Age of War from Plarium. It is a browser-based, free-to-play, base-building MMO. So essentially you are going to gather resources, unlock technologies, or in this case they're known as lost arts. You'll unlock those, you'll get access to new buildings, place them down, which costs resources, raise up an army, fight against other players or the AI factions. So that's generally the gist of the game. We're going to be doing a first look. We've kind of checked out a little bit to make sure everything's working, and we're just going to kind of guide you through some of the features. So one of the things I am going to say up front is that this is from Plarium, and if you've played some of their other games such as Total Domination or Soldiers Inc. and there's a couple of others, Pirates Tide of Fortune maybe, and some Spartan. They're all pretty much identical. If you've played one of those, you'll know what this game is all about. The features, the mechanics, the graphical style, everything's the same. So if you've played one of them, you will know exactly what you're going to be doing in the next one. And I think a lot of the time these games are made for that reason. I think they're kind of made for the people that have got to the kind of top tiers in one of the other games and been competitive, but maybe, I don't know, kind of didn't do as well as they wanted to. So they bring out another game and they think, oh well, I can start again. I can refresh and maybe I'll do better in this new game because it's exactly the same. It's a different theme. So if you kind of prefer medieval fantasy stuff over sci-fi or Soldiers Inc. is like about mercenaries, then you've got that option. But in general, it is it's pretty much the same. So I'm going to guide you through the features. If you've seen one of the other videos, for one of those other games, then you'll pretty much know what to expect, as I did whilst playing it. Anyway, I'm going to go through these features to start with. So this is kind of generally your village, your city or town, whatever they're calling it. So that's your main interface. You've got all these friends lists along the bottom, and I mean, we're probably going to get a pop-up or two while we're playing. I don't know if it's just if you go a bit idle, but it just seems to keep throwing pop-ups telling you to invite friends. So you've got that. You've got your quests and events down the side here. Resource management up there. Advisors, which I never use, no reason to, and then your kind of main build functions. So construction, pretty much the way it goes. So you can build farms, you can build townhouses, barns, warehouses. So you click build, you get to place it down where you want. The grid kind of changes out like this, so you can see where you've actually got space. But I don't think it necessarily matters where you put stuff. You can put things right up against each other, but just for the sake of leaving space for my minions to walk around, I leave it open a little bit. But again, I really don't think it actually matters. So you've got, you can build up a building, and when you hover over it, level 1. Now what you can do, so Sentry House level 1, if I click it, the Sentry House in particular, some of the features you actually have to click the building to gain access to, which is a bit awkward sometimes, especially when you look at them and you don't know which building's which. After a couple of levels where I say a couple of levels, after a couple of hours, when you realise, oh, okay, yeah, that's my Sentry House, that's where I need to go to. It's fine. Until then, you're kind of searching around for stuff. But anyway, that's not what I want to look for. So these are your different troops that you've got access to. You've got quite a few, and there's different pages of them as well. So that's page 1, 2, 3 of infantry, cavalry, and so they're broken down generally into offensive and defensive. Offensive units will be used when you go attacking another person's base, because there is PvP. It's pretty much a PvP focused game. And your defensive units always stay on your base. You can send defensive units to attack, but they do nothing. And if somebody attacks you, your offensive units won't try and help in the attack. So it's pretty much, pretty cut and paste. Kind of broken down like that. I'm trying to think, how do I can't see where to do it. Keep black market. It's not the simplest. I'm not entirely sure, so let me see if there's an easier way. Basically, you can... there we go. So that one's easy, because that I can upgrade this building. So I click the upgrade. I just can't seem to find it on the sentry one, because at the top you've got... yeah, I don't know where you go to upgrade that. Or whether you do. I'm pretty sure you do, because it's got a rank on it. Anyway, not going to get too bogged down. So one of the things when you are building stuff like this, so you can upgrade that. Again, that's easy. You can upgrade it. And that takes up time. It also uses up one of your engineers. And well, your engineer, you've only got one engineer to start with. You can purchase with premium currency, which is sapphires. You can purchase other engineers, so you can build more than one thing at a time. And it is build, so if I'm upgrading something, I can't build something else. Likewise, if I'm building something, I can't upgrade anything else. So there is that kind of element that you need to consider, and everything takes time. The higher the upgrade, the greater the building, the longer it takes, and the more resources it uses. So as far as construction goes, you've got different options. You've got resource type stuff. You've got command, in military, fortifications. Now this is a big one. This is kind of my biggest issue. So if we, you kind of look over some of the fortifications here, and I'm not entirely sure whether these actually get destroyed. I'm not sure whether any buildings get destroyed, and they might do, and in which case, I'll kind of bite my tongue a little bit. The problem you've got is that the defensive units, and we'll switch those for a moment, if I can find them. Not a clue where they are now. Okay, so these are the units I've got at the moment. Friendly units in the castle. So I've got a paladin and an archer. So my archer is a defensive unit. So infantry defense is da 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 da. Okay, so that's kind of how good they are against different stuff. Now this is the early defensive unit. They get better obviously. When we look over the fortifications, when I'm looking now at constructions, everything takes these in-game resources, so gold, iron, food. The fortifications take sapphires, so they take premium currency. Now you can see I've got 200 at the moment, which is fine because you do get them every so often. You just start getting them less and less as you level up, kind of around about the time that you need this stuff. So you can see here that the level of kind of the quality of this, like a plus 60 wall, is pretty damn good. And like I said, I don't know, unless when you fight with military units, whether they're amazing against sieging and stuff, but again, from what I've seen, I don't necessarily think that they destroy your structures. But again, I could be out of line. So essentially what happens is that you can try to create a defensive force using units, which will take a hell of a lot of time. I mean, we're talking kind of... Well, I'll just show you. I'll construct a unit. So let's go with one of my archers. So I'm going to purchase one, and that's going to take me 3 minutes to build one, and that's a defense 19. And that's fine, but it's got hit points and it'll get killed if somebody attacks it, in comparison to the fortifications, which you have to pay for with real cash. So you can build an offensive force relatively easy. You can go and attack other people, but when they attack you back, you're going to get equally wiped out. So that's kind of like one of my first big gripes with the game. The kind of that you can buy some of the best defenses. Secondly is the lost arts. So this is the technology tree, and it's whilst there's areas where it does branch off. Okay, so it kind of this branches off a little bit, and this branches off. You've got these really long chains that don't link to anything. There's no other way to get that, or that without going through that. So you have to kind of go up that, and you get them in places. So you've got them here as well. And we've got them here, yeah, so you've got them this as well. So there's long chains where it's the only route into it. So it just kind of lacks customization sometimes. You can't kind of get an end one and work backwards, or, kind of come in at a different point and miss some of the, the earlier text and things like that. So I don't like that. But it's not the end of the world, okay? That's kind of not the worst thing. The worst thing I'm about to show you. So with each technology, I'll just show you. Smuggling. So to unlock the smuggling lost art, you need scrolls. So at the moment you can see I've got scroll 3 of smuggling. So it's smuggling scroll 3. It's not just a random that I need 6 scrolls. I need scroll 1, scroll 2, scroll 3, scroll 4, scroll 5 and scroll 6. I need all 6 scrolls to unlock this technology. Now you get one of these scrolls every day. It is a random one, and I don't know how it kind of chooses it. I'm presuming it's a random one for all the next technologies you've got, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure how it works, or whether it's just a random one that it gives you. I wonder whether there's anybody told us today what we've got. Lord Steward, Herald, Scribe. Okay, let's see what he's told us today. Smuggling scroll has been deciphered. Brand seal. So what's this? Brand seal. Lost arts. Brands seal. So that's that one. So that's one that I've not gone into. So presumably it is the ones that you've not quite accessed yet. Which is fine. But the problem is that, you know, early on when you've got quite a few of these technologies open up, it can take me ages to get those 6. Okay, if I'm only getting one a day and it's currently divided between 3 different technologies, you know, that's can take quite a while. Fortunately, you can trade with other players, so you can trade your scrolls with each other, which is, again, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like the aspects of it. I like that it pulls you into kind of a wider community and trading and, you know, opening diplomacy and that kind of stuff. That's good. What I don't like is kind of like when you start getting towards the end and you get to this and it needs 24 scrolls. 24 scrolls is that's amazing. Now, fair enough. This is an end game scroll, and you know it gives you, what does it give you? Dragons, I guess. There you go. So it gives you a dragon and an imperial dragon. So offense, you know, 1,680, pretty much one of the the best units in the game. That's fine. I can handle that. Not a problem. It's good that some things are rare and are hard to get, and not everybody can get access to them. Problem, as with the defensive walls, is that if you don't have a scroll, you can purchase it. You can purchase your scrolls. So if you want to pump money into the game, you can buy whichever lost art you want. So you can buy the best defenses, you can buy the best technologies by spending money. That is essentially a pay-to-win scenario, without any shadow of a doubt. If you want the best stuff, you're probably going to have to pay for it. And that's, for me, kind of a big problem with the game. It's all well and good, you've got to find your business model and find out how you're going to make money from a free game, but to basically cripple it at a competitive level, at an end game level, where if you want to function and compete with other players, you have no choice but to spend money. Sorry, I'm not going to waste my time getting to that that end game. You know, I'm going to look at it and go, oh well, that's what is going to be required of me to stay in the game, so I'm going to pass. Now, there's elements with like leagues and stuff, and you can kind of group up with other players, and you know you can work together, which is fine. You can trade scrolls, and that you know there's all that kind of stuff. But essentially, some of the best stuff does still require premium currency, and that shouldn't be the way it goes, in my opinion. So that's kind of my biggest gripes when it comes to the game. Those are my two biggest problems, is the kind of paywalls they'll put in place. Then you've just got the content, and it's just honestly not that interesting. So this is a quest. I got to access new quests, saga quests. You're required to update the maximum level of the regular battlegrounds to 8, level remaining 2. Okay, whatever. So it's basically saying there's an ogre cave. I can attack it, or I can defend. I can attack the ogre's cave that's attacking the village, or I can defend the village. So I'm going to go with I'll attack the ogre cage. Or oh, is this just one where I hit start? Okay, there we go now. So I hit magnifying glass, and it's going to show me the village. And there you go. So I can attack it, or I can use the eagle's nest to scout it, but I'm just going to attack. Then I choose what I want to send. So I can pretty much send everything. So these are my defensive guys, so there's no point in sending those. But my red guys, yeah, I can send 54 paladins. So my overall offense is 9,071. I don't know what their defense is, but it's not going to be anywhere near that because it's only level 6. So, you know, I don't have to worry too much about it. Thing is, it's pretty far away, but he's traveling pretty fast, so it's not too bad. So it's going to take me a minute. That's not too bad. And where are we at the moment? My town isn't even there. Where's my town? What the devil? Anyway, so that's going to go all the way over here, and in a moment it's going to pop up and tell us whether we won or not. Receive resources gift. Do some other quests while that's happening. Click the highlighted Lord Steward's icon. Read the report on caravan arrival. Read the report on caravan arrival. There you go. These drums really get on my nerves as well, and obviously I've got the sound turned down quite low, and you can't hear it that well, but boom, 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 all the time. Just all the time. It really cheeses me off. But anyway, so new task. Discover level 1 fortifications. So it's telling me which... Dun, 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 yeah, dun, dun, dun. It's telling me which lost arts to train up. So it's saying to train up... Oh, level 1. Does it say to upgrade it? So there you go. This one I've already unlocked. Oh. I think it's trying to get me to upgrade this one. But I can't because I've not got that. So... What was it? Build a wall. Choose a name for your castle. Oh, there you go. You've carried the field, there we go, so we beat them. Easy enough. Cool, leveled up again. What did he want? New reinforcements. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, so yeah, so they give you tasks, and they give you them all the time. They tell you what to build, when to build it, what to research, what units to train up, and it's pretty ongoing. From my experience with the other games, which was kind of like, you know, playing for 2 hours plus, kind of even then it's still the quests, if you can call them quests, are pretty constant, and it kind of guides you down a very linear route because whilst you don't have to follow it, if you don't get the rewards or the resources for it. If it says, oh, build this building and put it here, and then you're already kind of building other ones before you get the quest, then you know, you just kind of cutting yourself off, you know, to get in some extra resources. So you end up following this linear progression, and it's just that's kind of what the game is. I'm going to click this way you've told me to click. I'm going to click this way you've told me to click for 2 hours plus ongoing. I don't know how long it takes. But anyway, daily quests. This is another thing. So daily quests. And open it up, and there you go. So you can send a spy to a hostile castle, find the location of an orc camp, sacrifice a bull to the gods, rescue children lost in the woods, find a path through Darkhaven for your sentries. All sound, oh yeah, okay, interesting, cool, okay, yeah, we'll accept that. It's going to take 5 minutes, okay, so that's it. That's pretty much it. I clicked that set, so that's what I'm doing. I can just do one at a time. Nothing else involved. Don't have to pick any units, don't have to go look at anything. And once I complete this, because the video will probably be done by then, it just says that you've done it. There's no pop-up, no, oh, you know, you found the children lost in the woods, you know, you managed to find a path and then the orcs didn't get through, or any narrative, any graphics, nothing like that. It's just you've done it. So, just no effort. that's the thing. That's the thing that bugs me. So map, you can we've currently got this bubble over us. We've got new player protection, which is under level 30, or if your account is less than 3 days old. So you know, generally not too bad. But we can click this guy. If we hover over him, we can send reinforcements. We can transfer resources. We can raid. Sorcerer invocation. I'm not sure what that does. Besiege, dispatch. So I'm going to try and besiege. I'm going to send everything I've got, because he's my next door neighbour. Defense. Okay. And there we go. So now we are besieging. And that's going to take 4 minutes. See, that's the thing. This guy, all the way over there, this orc camp, wherever it was, this dude next door, it's going to take me ages. And I presume it's to give him the chance to retaliate, but you've got to be around to retaliate, and I don't know. We'll see if he is. So look if we can actually look at his Alpha Alliance, and scroll, dispatch spies. My lord, you currently have no sorcery spell potions available to launch and attack. Recall troops to your castle. Oh, no, I'm fine. Oh, so these are my spells? Yeah, that cost premium currency. Of course they do. Anyway. So that's that. So you can attack people. But yeah, you've got options where you can kind of make your alliances, send reinforcements, you know, all this good stuff. And I like it. I like that there's this element of kind of competitiveness and kind of working together. Just kind of like looking outwards. Try and look which way, where people were coming from. Did they get high level, higher up? Ooh, catacombs. So yeah, so basically when you start the game, it kind of puts you on the outside of the map. I think I can zoom out. So we're here, and I guess kind of like the central area is kind of somewhere over wherever. I mean, it's all kind of tiled. But there's like a bubble, so like the main players, like the first players would start in the middle, and then as you start, you kind of get added to the outer layer, so that the new players are always kind of like on the outside with each other, away from like the hardcore, been playing for forever players in the middle. So you're always surrounded by new players, which is good. I like that. I like the way they've kind of laid that out. And the issue is that when you come to kind of making alliances or trying to make friends or trade or whatever, I mean, alright, you've got different kind of targets and reticules, so you don't need to be able to type or talk to people. But if you're going to try and make a league, particularly with the people around you that are probably the most convenient allies, the chances are slim to none because there's only one server. So everybody's playing on the on this server. And you can change your language settings and stuff, but that's, you know, the chances of you being around a whole bunch of players that speak the same language to communicate these kind of things is slim to none. So yeah, we've got another minute and 10 seconds. Let's see how we do against this guy, and he might absolutely smash us. He might have some really cool defenses, and I hope he is, because we're not going to be playing, and he might be. So it'd be kind of shady to just deck him, but hey ho. So we're Paragon status level 2. He's Paragon status level 3. There's probably not much in it. He's got 4 levels on us, but like I said, when it comes to attacking, your offensive units are usually far greater than your defensive units. I mean, let's have a look. What's our defensive units look like? So that's not too bad. You know, we've got a couple, but I don't think our defensive force is anywhere near as strong as our offensive. Let's go check these guys out. View your boost options. Oh, so I've got to boost them, get there quicker. No, there's no point now. I'm good. Let's see how we do. Another 15 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. And taking into account, I've not been playing it that long, so it's not like I've been playing it constantly. I've not built up an army specifically to go and attack people. These are just troops that I've earned, that I've been told to train up and stuff. So it'll be dun dun dun. So I think it's with this guy. You besieged his castle. Let's have a look. So I lost. You know, 24 of 60, you know, quite a few. He lost, yeah, so you look at his defenses, nowhere near as strong. But in turn, I've gained XP, I've got Crystal Coffer, I got some points, tournament points, offensive rating, siege ranking. So yeah, it was overall, I'd say, a successful attack. He seemed to lose over half, way over half of his kind of gathered forces. I'd say I probably lost a third of mine, maybe. Which overall, not a bad deal. But the thing is, that's it. That's pretty much PvP. That's, whether it's AI or against other players, it's exactly the same. And that's kind of one of the problems. Is that a Murloc? I look like a Murloc. So there you go. That's kind of my issues, thoughts, and opinions on Stormfall. But you let me know what you think. You know, there's a comment section below. If you play the game, you tell me why you play the game. Otherwise, let me know what you think of the video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. If you at least found it useful, give us a thumbs up. And if you hit the subscribe button, then you'll be able to see all our videos as and when we put them up. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at f2pcom for our latest news, reviews and giveaways. Or you can check our official website at f2p.com. So thank you guys for watching. I have been Goodfellow. As ever, you have been you. This has been Stormfall Age of War, and hopefully we shall see you in the next video. Bye bye!